Hi, welcome to Live at 12:05. My name is Sheila Williams-Morales. I'm the registrar here at the Isle of Wight County Museum, and today we're going to talk about this portrait. So this is a portrait of a member of the Joyner family. I believe it dates to the late 19th century due to the style, and it's actually the style that I want to talk about today. So when I first saw this portrait, I didn't quite know if it was a drawing or a photograph, and the truth is that it's both. In the late 19th century and early 20th, this type of portraiture was pretty popular. It was called a crayon portrait. And it became popular because in the 19th century, people wanted large-scale photographic portraits, but that could be very difficult and cumbersome to produce. One of the reasons being that a negative needed to be on a large glass plate. And so people experimented on how to have an enlarged portrait using a small negative. And in 1857, David A. Woodward patents the solar camera. And the solar camera works where you create a dark room and the only light is the sunlight, and you use mirrors to direct the sunlight to the solar camera where the small negative would be with special lenses, and it would project an enlarged image onto photosensitive paper. However, exposure times could be quite long and the image hazy, and so artists were hired to spruce up the photograph. Like the cheeks seem to be what the original transfer was from the small negative. I think the artist went in with a dark crayon to add in darks for the nostrils. You can see with the eyelids that they did that and probably added in more white. It looks like the artist was just trying to create more contrast because this feels very much probably what was on the original negative and what was enlarged on the paper. In the same way that when this was probably enlarged, this probably was a dark shape that, for whatever reason, the enlargement process didn't take over the details of the suit, so then they were adding in that type of detail. It's very much early photoshopping. Artists would add things to the portrait that wasn't there in the original negative. The process was popular enough to warrant books being made, and I was curious to see if maybe Isle of Wight County had their own photograph studio where they specialized in solar enlargements and crayon portraits. Unfortunately, I haven't found any evidence of that, but I have found advertisements in Norfolk for a solar enlargement studio where the artist was quite popular and he was teaching a resident of Suffolk. So perhaps Isle of Wight County residents were taught the process, or perhaps they had to travel to a place like Norfolk to get their portraits done. Either way, it's been interesting to research, and I hope that you found this interesting, and thank you for watching.